Hey guys, it's Brooke. Welcome to my channel. If not, welcome back to it. Ooh, ooh. Thank you for getting together for today's video. Guys, I'm truly being honest. I have no idea what I'm going to title this video, but I will be giving you maybe like this, 9 of the things that I do that have helped me overcome my depression. I've thought about doing this video for literally since like before I even actually published my YouTube channel. But to me the biggest thing was that it was like, hey, like even though I'm starting to be more consistent in all of these things, I didn't want to put that out there because there's been various points that I had setbacks that I would maybe stop doing 2 out of the 9 things I'm about to mention that will I shouldn't say will, but has personally helped me overcome depression. And just even if like even in the beginning it doesn't feel like you're overcoming anything, but it's just taking those steps in that right direction of just kind of moving past that point in your life or in my life. A little backstory, I guess. Before I was actually diagnosed with severe depression, which was like my sophomore year, I believe it was my sophomore year in high school. I had seen a few therapists, like at a very young age, and then in elementary, and then I think in middle school. 1 year, it was only 1 year that I think I started to see I think it was the school counselor. So I've had my fair share of therapy. And I guess this is just what I finally got a good grip on and figured out what truly worked for me. Especially when you're, I don't know, when you're a kid when you're feeling like that and, doing all these things and you're like, but I'm a kid, like I'm supposed to go out and play, not be in therapy. It's like a lot. And you don't understand it. That's the thing. It's like you're just young and you just kind of don't get the bigger picture in a sense. And that's just what it is. So that's something I say that because that's not something that I had to learn, because I would be really hard on myself. But let's just dive in onto the things that we do have control over, things that we are able to decide that we want to do, things that we can choose to do. Okay, so guys, and the order that I'm about to give it does not mean that's the order that has to go down, because by all means you can combine these however way you want to with each other, and even with other things that I will not mention in this video. Okay, so number 1 is yoga. The reason I said yoga is because it's movement, it's stretching your body. For me, I was someone that literally worked out every day, whether it was, ab workouts, maybe a little bit of soccer practice. Like I was active, running around my neighborhood, whatever. With depression, when I got diagnosed with severe depression, I stopped. My mind was lying and telling me that I didn't like these things, that I didn't want to do these things anymore, and they didn't suit me, and they didn't serve me, and there was no point in doing them, that I just had to stay in my room. I know, that doesn't make logical sense, but that's what was in my head. So that's why I say yoga, get your body, good stretch, movement. I personally started with online yoga, and then I went, I think I got sorry, my mind went too fast. But then I went from online yoga to a class, and the reason I was able to go to class was because of the gym membership I had. That was one of the classes that they were offering. Now they are like designated, like specific yoga studios. I do want to say they're on the pricier side, and my gym membership was only $10, so I was like $10. And I loved it. I think the first class for me, I felt the awkwardest because I was by myself, and it was like my first time in a group with an actual live educator or yogi. and I'm like, I don't really know the moves like that. I don't know the poses. I don't know the sequence. I don't know anybody here. Like, I feel pressure. Which was there was no need for me to feel like that, but I did. You know, just being in that state of mind. That's just kind of things that come out. I had a lot of anxiety. There was a lot of contemplating whether I should go inside, and I remember like just being like, yeah, it's like, you made it this far. Let's go. Get up and get in there. Cause come on, like, we waited for this for like a week. We did all of that research on when this was getting, like, with like the scheduling and stuff. So just follow through, girl. Like, just follow through. If you don't like it, we don't have to come back. I liked it, and we kept going back. I kept going back. I enjoyed it. Okay, the second thing that I started doing was meditating. Because for some reason, like, my mind would not, like, shut off. Like, there was just constant, like, ding, 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 like, bing, 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 do, 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 boom, 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 boom. Constant things going on, and then constant noise, constant something, right? And I still struggle with meditation. It's silencing the mind and just being in the moment, it's like this serene silence that I get for split seconds at a time. I am able to reach these points faster, but again, I'm still, like, I'm being honest, like, this is something that I'm still working on completely silencing, and just being able to stay there for as long as I just want to be able to stay there as long as my body is on my meditation pillow for. I want it to just know, hey, I'm just, like, shh, you know, like, shh. Meditation also helps with breathing or your breath work. Therefore, with me, I would get anxiety and, like, panic attacks. So meditation definitely helped me just be able to ground myself. I just think, what better way to be able to use your body to just calm you. Now, there were points that I did need a little bit more than just my breath work, of course. By all means, I think I've talked about this. I had a Liga, I had my rings, which oddly enough I don't have on. We were cleaning, so I think that's why I don't have them on. So yeah, it's just, and I want to be honest, like, what's working for me will look different for you and everyone else. Okay, so just always keep that in mind. Like, we can come on here and be like, no, like, this works, and this works, but ultimately it's up to the individual to really find what really all works for them. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there might be a few things that really don't work for you that worked for me, but that doesn't mean that. So the third thing that actually helped me, and something that I, like, really refused to do younger, was reading. That's why you see all of these books. Oh, they're not really in here, but that's why you see all of these books here. Okay, so this is the longevity paradox, and the reason I'm recommending this book is because I do believe, and time again, research has shown that what we are putting into our body is kind of what's being produced in, you know, obviously in your body and in your mind. You know, it gets clogged. There's a lot of things that go on in there, right? And a lot of health issues come from this. It was positive and informative, and yeah. Okay, so the next book that I had here was Eat, Pray, Love, Elizabeth Gilbert. Well done. And it kind of, the title literally explains it. Eat, pray, and love. Like, it's just so simple. What to say when you talk to yourself. This was like, and I'm still getting through this. But I'm learning so much, and this actually ties, I mean, honestly ties in with all of these. but these two tie in together. This is Don Miguel Ruiz, and I think this is like the 5th book that I have of his. Well, I don't think this was number 5, but I do have 5 of his books, and like they just go. It's fun. Like I'm in this like new world. I'm like, okay, like this is possible for me. Like I can do this. Like I can like look at myself now and be like, girl, you look good. Like who that be? You know what I mean? Like I was diagnosed with with severe depression. So for me to even kind of like enjoy looking at myself, it's like I get excited being able to talk about these things, because I was someone that literally internalized and really just didn't speak on a lot of these things, and it was just because I really didn't understand, nor did I have the solution that was gonna get me out of any of it. No one did, but me being me at that time, I was like, there's really it's like no point. I mean, I was also severely depressed, but that was just me. I was like, there's no point in speaking about it, and I shouldn't have done that, honestly, but I am so grateful to still be here, to be in the mindset that I am. And I know I'm not perfect, and I know I still struggle with talking to myself sometimes, and that's why I'm reading this book, because I think there's a better way. There's a more healthier way, and basically reading has literally painted this other world that I just didn't think was tangible. I'll be honest, I thought this world, I mean, even when I had created my own world through my mind or whatever it was, it wasn't what this is, like where I'm at now, and it's just a different type of like I'm not there anymore realization. It's like, this is even better than I thought could be like real reality. Okay, so the number four is personal journaling. And I'm not gonna open it because it's personal, but in here I kick and scream, throw my tantrums, talk my whatever you need to talk about in here. It's like, for me, it's just being able to say it without having that volume to it, because for me, like I can write it down all day, but there's times that I just don't want to hear it. There are times that I just don't want to hear what I'm writing down. I just want to like get out of my mind and go on about my day. So this is what this is for. Here's my personal journal. Definitely recommend having one. 5 out of the 9 is, my 5th one is spiritual journaling, and this is something that Eat, Pray, Love had really helped me get back into. And it wasn't, about getting into following a guru or following the most highest person, most spiritual person, or anything like that. But it does help you along this more elevated self. I mean, and love it. So the sixth thing is call me crazy, is walking. Guys, I have 2 dogs, and I know you see my mini Aussie just kind of, I don't know, okay, she's chewing on her bone right now, but she's bugging. Walking is just another way, another movement to get up and out of the house. Get up and get out of the room. Get up out of what you see every day, your 4 walls. Like, get up and get out. Get that fresh air. We are not like beings and people to just be cooped up in one spot, in one area. So number 7 is positive and informative audio. What I mean by positive and informative is that, I'm trying to think, like sometimes the news, like the ones that you watch on TV, is just nothing like you. Okay, it's like keeping you informed, right? There's all this information, but it's negative. It's in a negative way. It's like, oh no, drastic tragedy, and it's like terrible, and it's like, ah. So what I mean by positive and informative is like watching Jimmy Kimmel Live, or who's the other guy, you know, watching something that makes it a little bit more comedy, more light, and more uplifting. That way it's not putting a complete damper on my mood. That's not like, hold up, rewind, because no, like I want to get back out. I need to go on my walks. You know, gotta keep it positive and informative. For me, audio keeps my ears open and the judgment away. Okay. The 8th thing, second to last, is a micro to-do list, right? So something very like small things to do, whether it's for myself or whether it's for the house. Keep it simple, like shower, brush my teeth, maybe brush my hair after I get out of the shower, put lotion on. Look guys, like I have a sticky note, so the first thing I see when I go into my bathroom is like, this is part of your routine, girl, we're getting it. So just little things like that. Maybe even like make the bed. I struggled making my bed, guys. Like, I don't know why. Maybe meditate after, and then I'll be ready for my walk. Or maybe after meditation I might read. You can combine all of this in any way, shape, or form that suits you for that day, because not every day is the same. Like, I'm such a big person on the little things. Like, it's literally the little things. Like, the small accomplishments will equal a big accomplishments. Number 9. He's my favorite. Okay. And what really was where I could just take that deep breath and like breathe was cold water. I know it's like you wouldn't really think like cold water. And when I would get like really in these episodes, I got like really hot. I would sweat, guys. I would like be like sweating. And so when I was able to drink my cold iced water, I literally like felt it come into my mouth. Oh my god, I'm like thinking about it. It's making me so thirsty. But I would like just feel it, and it would touch my tongue, and I'd be like, ooh, that's like real, like, ooh, that's some cool water. And then you kind of swallow, and then you feel it come all the way down, and you're like, oh wow, like I didn't know I had that there. You know, like you start, I guess you start feeling like that tunnel, and then you kind of feel it drip down. You're like, ooh, that's my chest. Ooh, I'm kind of breathing kind of hard. Like let me flow with this water. And it comes down and down, and you're just like, ooh, like, oh, okay, like, it's not so bad. Like, I know where I'm at. Like, I see what's in front of me. I'm in the present. I can breathe. I can actually hear what people are saying now. And I'm not. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. And just shout out to you, because you're the real one. Okay, so if you found any value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. It goes a long way. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Stay tuned. I haven't bought a chip bag since like before quarantine, so it's like a treat. Like I'm really treating myself.